Hello students, in the present video I am going to explain you that how to draw a cycloidal curve. So as explained to you in the PPTs, what are the different types of the cycloidal curves we have seen with respect to the presentation. But here I am going to explain you in this one how do you go ahead for construction of the cycloidal curve for a given question. So in this one we are going to see it by the usage of the pencils and everything, a construction wise that I am going to explain it to you in this video. So as if we go with the question, so it is mentioned that draw a cycloid of a circle of diameter 50 mm for one revolution. Also draw a tangent and normal to the curve at a point 35 mm above the baseline. So here in this one I need to go ahead for construction of a circle, cycloidal curve when a circle is rotating for one complete revolution. So here again, once again I'll just repeat all the nomenclatures of the construction, that what we are going to see, that the part of the construction, it will be very easy for you to understand. So first, as according to the given question, initially I have drawn a circle of 50 mm diameter. Now now divide this circle into 12 equal parts using 2H pencil. Now I have divided the circle into 12 equal parts. At the base of the circle, draw the horizontal line. At the base of the circle, draw the horizontal line. So just initially I am drawing the line of some unknown length, but actually the length of the line is calculated based on the circumference of the circle. We know that the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. So whatever the radius is given to us, based on that we go ahead for calculation. The length of the line is equals to 2 pi r. So that it is 2 pi into the radius. So it is given for us in dimensions with 50 mm diameter. So I am taking it around like 25 mm. So right now as of if you calculate, you will be getting it around 50 into pi. So pi is just nothing but 50 into 22 by 7. So upon with the calculation, you will be getting the value. So you will be getting it around like, if you calculate, you will be getting around like 160 mm length. You will be getting it around like 157 mm. So that is the length what we are about to take. This is the length what we are about to take, around of 157. Now marking the point here as the point as base point, marking this point as P. Or from the point P, measure the length of 157. So this is the circumference of the line. Mark the other end as, like you can mention it as around P dash, or you can also keep it as like P. So from the point where you are keeping the point P, give the first numbering as like 12 and go ahead for giving the number in clockwise direction on the circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Now, as the thing that whatever I have given the construction, whatever I have divided the circle, The same manner as the circle is being supposed to make a rotations in the forward direction, in clockwise direction. So the circle will be made to rotate in the clockwise direction, the forward. So right now, as the thing is that we are about to trace the point P for one complete revolution. Now, you have to divide this circumference of the circle. So which we have got it around like 157 mm length. That length of the line you have to divide it into 12 equal parts. How many parts we have divided in the circle? The same number of parts we need to divide it in on the circle, on the line also. Now, so using that acute angle method, I am going ahead for division of the line into 12 equal parts. Drawing a line at certain inclination, taking 12 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have taken each distance of this point as around like 10 mm each. Now give the numbering here as for identification. 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, 6 dash. Now, over from the point, keeping your drafter scale, joining 2 points, that is 12 dash and P dash is about to be joined as shown in the video. Keep that one in this manner. Tight the knob. Just I am showing it to you here. Just keep them parallel here. Joining this point and this point. And tight the knob. And draw the line. Joining 12 dash and P dash. Do not disturb this scale. As you have tightened this knob, keep it as it is and just move to the point 11 dash. Now draw the line and mark the point here. Similarly do it for the rest of the other points. From 10 dash, 9 dash, 8 dash, 7 dash, 6 dash, 5 dash, 4 dash, 3 dash, 2 dash, 1 dash. Now, you have got the division of these points. So similarly same, mark the same points over here. 12 dash, 11 dash, 10 dash, 9 dash, 8 dash, 7 dash, 6 dash, 5 dash, 4 dash, 3 dash, 2 dash and 1 dash. So this is the one what I have made the marking. Now I have divided the line into equal divisions. This method we have done it already in the geometrical constructions. Now we have divided the circle, and the circle which is rolling on the straight line, we have divided that line also into 12 equal parts. Now over from the point of each of these. So now keeping the next point, keep your drafter scale parallel. Mark the center point of the circle as C. Now from the center point of this one, draw a horizontal line parallel to baseline. Draw a horizontal line parallel to baseline. Now from each and every point, draw the line perpendicularly touching the center line. From each and every point, draw the perpendicular lines touching the center line. Now mark these points. As this is the one center C, the one from the 1 dash, whatever the center line touching here, this is C1, this point as C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, C8, C9, C10, C11, C12. So this from the center points we have drawn all the lines. Why? Because as the circle is forwarding in the forward direction, it is moving in the forward direction. The center will be changing. As this one, when it is forwarding, the center will be changing at different positions. So in order for the identification, we are just mentioning them with respect to C1, C2 up to C12. So when it makes a complete one rotation, it comes to the point for the stopping off. For one revolution comes to the point C12. So all the locus of points joining the centers, we say it as locus of center. So right now over here, the circle which is about to be generating a curve, we call it as generating circle. Circle which generates a curve, we call it as generating circle. And the line and the circle which rolls on the straight line, we call it as directing line. If it rolls on the circle, we say it as directing circle. But here the cycloid is the one where the generating circle will roll on the straight line. So that's why we say it as directing line. And this line which we say it as, the centers all joining, we say it as locus of center. This is about the nomenclature about our constructional part. Now, over from each and every point, keeping your drafter scale parallel to the baseline, from each and every point, from 1, draw the horizontal lines. 2, 3, it's already drawn with the locus of center. From 4, 5, and from 6. So such that it should be limited only up to this location. So if any excess lines are there, you can just erase them. So now, or up to the 6, again 7 is intersected on the point of the line 5 only. 8 on the line 4. 9, it is already intersected with the locus of center and as well as the line 3. 10, it is joined along with the line 2. 11, joined along with the line 1. Now, using compass fixed with the 2H pencil, measure the radius, CP length as the radius. CP length as the radius. CP length as the radius, C1 as a center. Cut an arc on the first line. Cut an arc on the first line. So why I am marking it as a cutting means, as the thing that when the circle is proceeding forward direction, the position of the point will be changed. So its center will be here and the point, the P position will be here. Next, without disturbing the radius of the CP length, C2 as a center, cut the arc on the second line. Whichever you are taking the center, that line you have to cut the arc. If suppose C2 as a center, second line. C3, third line. C4, fourth line. C5, fifth line. C6, sixth line. C7, C8, eighth line. C9, ninth line. C10, 10th line. C11, 11th line, and C12, 12th line. So one thing, whether your construction is correct or not, that the one thing you have to identify is by checking out the points at C6 and C12. As of the thing, if the curve touches exactly at the point of the sixth line, then it seems to say that your construction is perfect. And now, mark the points of these arcs intersecting on the lines. Mark those points. the intersection of the arcs on the particular lines. Mark them. Join them by smooth curve using HB pencil. So this is how I go ahead for construction of the cycloid curve. Similarly, here there is one more point. I have drawn the cycloid over in the question that it is done. Now, what is the thing that it is asked for us in the question? That it is asked for us in the question is that also draw a tangent and normal to the curve at a distance of 35 mm above the baseline. So this is the one that what he has mentioned to us in the question. Now, taking your drafter scale, measure the distance so such that a 35 mm distance line touching the base. So here is my point. I am marking it here. This is the point. Let me mark that point as some m. So this is the distance of me of around 35 mm. So this is the distance. So from the base, here it is a point that it is touching for me at the point. So there I am marking it as m. Now, using compass, 35 CP length as a radius, M as a center, draw an arc on the locus of center. Draw an arc on the locus of center. Draw an arc on the locus of center. From the locus of from the arc, drop one vertical line. Drop one vertical line and mark that point as where it touches the baseline. From the arc, you are dropping one vertical line where it touches the baseline. Mark that point as N. Mark that point as N. Join NM. Join NM. Extend the line. Join NM and extend the line. Just I am showing it to you. Join NM and extend the line and tighten the knob of your drafter. Move to the point M and draw the line perpendicular to it. So mark the NM, other end you mark it as N dash, that is a normal line, and the perpendicular line whatever you have drawn, mark that point as T dash. That is a tangent. That is a tangent. So how we have to go for the construction of tangent and normal. Thank you.